Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle. Now to the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on? And Jessica, thank you for your donation. Nakona, welcome. Bartman, thank you for your donation. Vanessa, thank you for yours. And we also got a donation from yesterday that we did not get to. Nakona, thank you for yours. Andrew, welcome back. Hope you're feeling better. YouTube user, welcome. I had two questions from yesterday before Bathsheba. All right, YouTube user, let me know what your other question was that I missed. Let's see. Okay, anyway. All right, I will get to those. Ashley, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. All right, let's see what's going on. We're starting out with Bathsheba. A reading. Will I ever find true love again? Just like the Princess Bride, true love is a thing of its own. We are going to use for this one the Modern Love Tarot, because that is true love indeed. If you're in love with a particular deck, I'm telling you the Modern Love Tarot is going to be it. This is true love in a nutshell, or in a cardboard box. It's true love in a cardboard box. So that's kind of what you need sometimes. Anyway, Nakona, I got your message in the queue as well. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We got a couple more days before we get the weekend. Hopefully everybody's going to have a good weekend. I'm selling a lot of board games. I'm going to be running around all weekend. But that's okay, because, you know, I need to reduce the number of board games. I got people threatening me that I know if I don't get rid of some of these board games. Zimmy, welcome. Boo Boo, welcome as well. All right, we'll find the true love. The Seven of Cups does say that you have opportunities. I mean, if you're looking for true love, if you're looking for something that's good, something that's high quality, something that you can rely on, you can wake up, somebody's there kind of thing, the real love kind of thing. Sarah, welcome to the stream. It is possible indeed. Seven of Cups says you have opportunities, you have choices to make. And I think that's the big key here, is there are some choices, there are some things going on. So yeah, you got to kind of figure out, you know, what is going to happen with this. Seven of Cups says that you have choices now. It's a matter of finding the quality, finding the, finding what's there, what is going to be important, and definitely not wasting your time, because the Hermit says you're probably better off not wasting your time. You're probably better off being alone, doing your own thing, making your own path in your life, getting your own stuff happening without wasting your time. So you definitely want to be choosy and picky about who you end up with. Reiki, welcome. Thank you for your donation. Lonnie, welcome to you as well. The Ten of Cups says you will try true love once more. Not going to be a big thing. I think what's happening here, in my opinion, is you have the Six of Pentacles. I think you have a lot of what you kind of need emotionally, just around, right? Just already around. We have friends. We have fun stuff that we like to do. We have hobbies. We have all sorts of interesting things that are going on, but it just doesn't feel like that we have that one thing, which is going to be the true love. And I think you're sort of delayed because you are kind of comfortable. You are kind of, set and good with where you're at right now. The Ten of Cups says that is in your future, but again, you have to be picky. You want to make sure to get the high quality people around you in order to get that done. Otherwise, you are going to be wasting a lot of time. But yes, indeed, we're going with the love balloons because we do have true love in mind. Just like the Princess Bride, with true love is a thing of its own. Anyway, let's see what is happening there. The other one that we had tonight is a PayPal donation. JT wants to know, will they work at causing trouble, causing issues? What's going on over there? Let's find out by using this deck here, otherwise known as a Modern Witch Tarot. Maruta, welcome to the stream. Renee, welcome as well. Tarot Magician is out tonight doing her magic. There you go. All right. I like it. I like it indeed. Let's look and see what kind of things we can cook up here about the trouble. People apparently are out there causing trouble. I know it's kind of shocking. Oracle Dragon Tarot is not one of them. How are you doing, Oracle Dragon? Good to see you. All right, are people going to be working causing trouble? Are we going to have some issues with this? Three of Cups says no. I mean, we have come to a conclusion. We have come to sort of a simplification where it's going to be all right. Not going to be something that's detrimental, not going to be something that's pulling us down or sort of making, things bad. Nikona, thank you for your other donation. The Three of Cups says it is a little bit of a settle down with that, kind of going through and seeing, what's happening with that. So the Three of Cups says they are coming to a kind of a, middle ground where everything is all right, everything is going to be calm. And you see that with the tower next to the seventh. They realize that causing more trouble is going to make more of a stink than anything else. It's just going to make more of a problem for them. A lot of people just love causing problems. They don't care about the ramifications. They don't care who they hurt or what happens. I think these individuals understand they've caused enough trouble for now. And if they continue on, there are some ramifications. There's a price to be paid for this. So they got to be careful, quite frankly. They got to be a little bit careful, a little bit cautious about how they're approaching things and what they are doing here. So I do think that they are not going to be causing any more problems. I think that they're going to be backing off a little bit, which is going to be a good thing, maybe, well, hopefully at least. YouTube user had a question from yesterday that asked, change the original message. I messaged in, but he didn't respond, which is okay. Did he see the messages I sent? I mean, did they see the messages that I sent? All right. Talking about marriage and messages. All right. So we had some in messages. We need to figure out if those are going to be applicable. Nikona, thank you for your other donation. I think that they did see your message. They did. The message was delivered. The Six of Pentacles. We're handing out coins. We're handing out things. We're making it happen. I think the message was indeed delivered. Not going to be a problem of them receiving it or getting that in there. They're up in the middle of a lot of change. They're sort of uprooted from what they know, how they're doing it, what they're sort of making the grade up here. And I think they just want to be sort of eased in right now. They want to deal with what's going on and figure out what the future is, because the future is very volatile for this person. They know it and you know it, but they did get the message delivered. It indeed there. So, I mean, they didn't respond because they understand that there's a lot of stuff going on and they ain't got time. Right now, they ain't got time for all of that. Anyway, do you see marriage in the distance for in? Let's find out if that's going to be all right. Can we get married? Can we get married to end? Is that going to be a thing? Is that going to be even possible? I mean, it's sort of up in the air. It's sort of a flip-flop sometimes. Nine of Swords says, I mean, you're looking at the distant future or something, maybe. It does look like distant future has more of a possibility of marriage, more of a possibility of sort of settling down, getting something that's consistent and whatnot. I mean, you are looking at the Six of Swords here. This is something that's going to take time. It's going to take some patience. It's going to take a lot of things, sort of people working together and, them coming to the conclusion that, hey, this person is worth my time. This effort is worth my energy. The Six of Swords, it's going to be a long while, definitely a long road to come. I think they need the ability to kind of see that the relationship will work, see that there is something that they can hang on to, that they can find settled with that. Nine of Wands says they are an injured warrior. They've had so many different relationships. They don't know what's going on anymore. It's up in the air sometimes. You really don't know what is happening, a lot of this. So you got to understand. That's kind of where they're at. They're trying to find something consistent. I think that's the big thing here. Nine of Cups says it is indeed a possible. Lonnie, thank you so much for your very generous donation. Nine of Cups says it is indeed very possible to get married. You're looking at a celebration. You're looking kind of the nice tablecloth with all the cups. Everybody's coming in for the party, the marriage party. And I think that is going to be good. That is going to be good. All right. Are you CB? High Priestess, thank you for your donation over PayPal. Appreciate that. It looks like CB. CB, is that you? I think that's you. I think I remember that is you. Anyway, High Priestess, thank you so much for your donation. All right, let's see what else is going on tonight. What other things we got going? Bartman, Tarot of Marseille. Bartman is diving straight into the TDM. Bardman, how do you like it? How do you like it? Which one did you choose? There's so damn many of those things. We are going to have to get a TDM to read Bardman's TDM question. Let me go get one. I'm shocked that I don't have one like immediately available, but you know I don't. Let's see, Emperor. Okay, no, that is not going to be it. That is not going to be it. All right, this is much better. This is much better indeed. All right, this is much more. Whoa! My microphone just went everywhere. It just went all over the place. So hopefully, yeah, I think my sound is still good. If I sound weird, that's because my microphone went whee and all over the place it went. We're going to use a TDM deck in order to read a TDM reading. Well, this one's kind of popping out. That one is kind of popping out. Interesting indeed. I think that you're really doing well on this, just based upon this one thing already, right? I think that you're doing well on this. I think that your focus is okay. Your focus is on point. I think you're using the CBM. There you go. I think your focus is on point here. All right. Wow. Okay. I mean, I do think that your focus is indeed on point. All right. You're looking at, in my opinion, you're looking at something that is very minimalistic and allows you to focus on the details. What are the details, right? When you get into TDM, you're looking at facial expressions. You're looking at colors. You're looking at the little leaves, what they could possibly mean. You're looking into numerology because you're sort of into that mode once we get started with this. You are looking and focusing on different things than just the easily read, the simple read, Rider-Waite-Smith, Thoth, and stuff like that. So you are very laser focused here, and you are looking at something that is a little bit too much. It almost feels like it's relearning tarot because you don't have some of the things that you look for. You don't have some of those clues that you're used to sort of searching for and getting, and like, ooh, that. See, the autopilot has been turned off. The autopilot has been turned off, and I think that's one thing that kind of bothers you. I mean, you do have a little bit of a disappointment here. Now, I really think that this is something that is very internalized. In other words, you have to use it a lot. You have to go forth. You have to get it done. You have to sort of continue on this path for quite a bit of time in order for this to really sink in, because you are doing a lot of research. We are relearning it from scratch. It looked like something that needs to be internalized, something that needs to be focused, but I think you are on the correct path. Now, the big thing here is really going to be just sort of this 9 here. You're just looking at the excitement. You're looking at the good stuff. You're looking at basically the enjoyment of something, because it feels like because you took a step back, because you're having to reevaluate numerology, you're giving yourself more tools. So when you go back to the Meraki Tarot, you go back to your favorite deck, it is going to be something where now you have more tools in your tool belt in order to make the readings, in order to make stuff happen, in order to make some good stuff in there. Hanged Man said ultimately a different look at the tarot that you're doing now will benefit you long run. So I think you're doing fantastic for it. I think that's a good step back, and a step as well in the right direction of expanding your toolbox, which is kind of, everybody kind of needs that. You don't kind of be stuck in the same patterns over and over and over. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. All right, Jessica, I still got your General for March in there. High Priestess, I still got you in the queue. Let me do a couple more here off of the instas. The next 5 days predictions. Vanessa, we can do that. We can throw down the next 5 days. Not the next 7 days, not the next 4 days, but the next 5 days. Let's get that done, because I think that it's kind of boring. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of dull for the next 5 days. Fim, thank you for your donation. The next 5 days, I said it was going to be boring, and here we go. This is something where you're getting a lot of information, and most of it's garbage. This is the key here. The next 5 days, the information you're going to get, a lot of it is just garbage. A lot of it is just like, why am I even listening to this person? You need to focus on what's important. I think you'll get a lot of time wasters here. You're being given a lot, and it's almost too much. It's too many things. It's too many steps, too many things going on in the next 5 days as far as sort of the information overload here. It feels like the next 5 days you just don't have enough time. You just don't. You never have enough time. It feels like you never have the sufficient time that you need to get things going, even if you tried. And it sort of prevents you from getting out there and getting excited and getting moving with some projects and some other things, because it feels like it's just too overwhelming. You just don't have enough time. It's kind of you're kind of in the mode to, you need to triage it, right? Well, you need to triage it. I think that's what is going to be critical as well. Anyway, Vanessa, thank you for your donation. Nakona, how will the bankruptcy hearing go with the IRS? Oh my, everything with the IRS goes poorly. I got to say that. I mean, does anybody like the IRS? Raise your hand if you like the Internal Revenue Service, especially now. I'm saying the IRS right now, if you earn more than $600 selling anything, that includes your lawnmower, your used tarot cards, you got to pay taxes. You will get a statement that says you owe taxes on this because you sold your lawnmower for $600. Is that fair? I ask you, is that fair? Of course, because you took a depreciation on it. Now you're going to have to dig up the original receipt for the lawnmower to prove that you actually lost money on the lawnmower, and you have to hire somebody to fill out whatever the hell. Does anybody like the IRS at this point? Let me know. Like, raise your hand. Like, I love the IRS. I mean, I can't, every morning when I wake up, I have fantasies about the IRS. Maybe people do. Anyway, the bankruptcy hearing tomorrow, how will it go? I think it's going to go quite well. It is. You do have some follow-up items, okay? I don't think they're letting you off that easy. Got a couple of follow-ups, got a couple of things going on. It feels like that they need a little bit of extra stuff after the hearing. But overall, it goes well. You have the Three of Cups. This is a celebration card at its root. This is something that's nice. It feels like you come out okay. You come out all right. You definitely need to have everything planned properly. They are going to ask for some unusual things, some kind of things you're like, what the hell are you asking me that for? That is part of it, right? The Three of Wands. They're sort of looking out, they're scanning, they're finding any extra stuff, just extra stuff. And you're just like, why in the world would you want, I don't know, maybe they want your blood type, or maybe they want the size of your shoe. I don't know, but they're scanning and they're looking around. They want some additional stuff. And you do have some follow-up items. Overall, it goes well. The party balloons are not exactly the kind of thing for the IRS hearing, but I'm throwing them out there anyway, because it's the party balloons. You got to have some party balloons up in here. Reiki understands what I'm talking about. We got Russia versus Ukraine conflict. What will be the outcome? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. We need something we need a conflict deck. This might hurt tarot. I think that'd be all right. This might hurt tarot. What is the ultimate outcome of the R versus U? Let's find out. What's going to happen with this? I mean, you never know, Reiki. You just never know what is going to happen at the end of the day with all of this. It ain't looking good. Oh, let's see. Hanged Man. Something that's going to be a little bit unusual to the ones, and the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles working together, but having some work to do. Judgment, Rebirth, the Reincarnation, and the Ten of Wands. All right, here's my predictions. Entertainment purposes only. Never assume anything based upon a fat man reading your cards on the internet. I actually think that this drags on longer than you expected. I think you're looking at a longer than you expected interaction between these. The Hanged Man, the Enlightenment. This looks like it drags on for longer than you would have thought. So it's going to be a little bit more extended. It's going to be a bit longer. It's going to be out there and moving a little bit longer than you had expected. I think another party gets involved in this particular thing. the judgment, the rebirth, the reincarnation. You have an extra party or somebody else coming in, somebody else sort of getting into this interaction. I think it causes a little bit of beef in here, a little bit more than what you currently have. You do have sort of a heart versus a feather over here. It does look like the feather. I mean, I think that you end up having basically a ceasefire, or everybody sort of comes to some sort of an agreement. The Three of Pentacles is a teamwork card. So I think that, everybody comes together eventually, and we come to a conclusion or something that both people can work out there. Three of Pentacles says, okay, with that. Now, there is a lot of, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things, a lot of sort of, nothing good comes out of this interaction. That is for sure. The Ten of Wands, it is carried. This is something that both parties have to carry for a while, and it is going to be around a bit. I do think it is going to go longer than expected, but we do get a sort of a ceasefire here with the Three of Pentacles. So teamwork, working together to make it happen, to make it stop. So there we go. That's what I'm saying. Is Mr. It was a Tarot Oracle Virgo. I am indeed. Oceani Chap, welcome. Good to see you. Mon, welcome. Don Ron, Gemini, welcome. Linda and Salvia, welcome as well. Good to see all of y'all. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. We got Wednesday. Couple more days till Friday, my friends. That's all you really need in life, is a good Friday. Sarah knows what I'm talking about. Will I meet anyone in March? Let's find out with the Tarot of Oppositions. Now, I did take the advice of somebody the other day who was all upset that they didn't know what deck I was using, and I went and got the Tarot of Oppositions book. So now you know what the deck is when I take it out. Linda, thank you for your generous donation. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. We're going to flip. So what I love about this deck is you can just flip those cards around just because you can. Just because you can. You can flip cards everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. Am I going to meet anybody in March? I'm going to fall in love. Ooh, I'm going to fall in love in March. I mean, March is a good time. The weather's getting a little bit warmer. I'm just saying. I mean, the weather's getting a little bit warmer. And, everybody's kind of getting out. The mask mandates are kind of lifting a little bit. Everybody's getting out and meeting people. That's what I'm talking about. All right, but will you meet anybody over there? King of Wands, Seven of Cups, oh man, the Moon, and the Knight of Cups. You got a harsh read here. Okay. I think that you do. Oceani Chap, thank you for your generous donation over PayPal. I greatly appreciate that. Jessica, I did not forget about you. I got your reading for March. High Priestess, I did not forget about you either. Y'all are all next. All right. I do think you meet somebody, Knight of Cups. I think you get into an interaction that is, it's kind of romantic, kind of interesting, kind of fun. This is somebody that you're kind of intrigued by, right? You're kind of intrigued by, but I think it's like late March, early April kind of thing. I think in March, you're looking at a sort of a weird sort of a combination here. King of Wands is a lot of your activities with love in March sort of dead end. It's like things just aren't working. Things just are pulling back. Things are just not at the level that you need, or the comfort zone that you need with that. It also feels like you're limited in finding people. I mean, it feels like you're limited, like all the people are sort of there, and the opportunities are sort of drying up, and a lot of the things that you thought would work out just aren't working out. You're just not there, right? You're just not fully there in March. The Moon says, I think the biggest thing is you just don't feel connected with anybody. You're meeting people, you just feel disconnected. You feel like you just don't care about this particular individual, or they're sort of working your nerves, or immediately seeing some of the negative aspects of that and all that. But I mean, this is just one of those issues, right? Just one of those issues where it feels like nothing is working in March. It is kind of challenged. But I do think you meet somebody again, end of March, early April. I think you're looking at somebody. I think you're looking at somebody that's going to be at least interesting, or somebody that's going to have some possibilities to them, right? Possibilities to them, and that's kind of all you need in life. Now we're hopping over to PayPal. We got JT, wants a little bit of a general. Hopefully JT's general for March is going to be a little bit better than that. I mean, Hopefully JT's March general is going to be a little bit better. A little bit better would be a Leo. Our signs are one behind because the earth wobbles. Well, I don't know. If the earth wobbles, oh man, so many jokes. There's so many jokes I could go to, but I got to keep it clean. If the earth wobbles, then okay. All right. Let's find out March. March going to be decent for you. Eight of Pentacles says it is working month. It's JT. It is a month to work. It is a month to catch up on stuff. It is a month to really get started with things. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Some of the new stuff you've been hoping for, challenging, looking at. I don't think that's working out. You're sort of stuck with the old stuff, but the old stuff is functioning pretty well. You do have a nice function here, the Six of Swords. This is a journey that you're going to take over March. I think that's going to be pretty good. I think there's a lot of sort of emotional aspects of March that you don't like, but overall, you're looking at a very productive March. Eight of Pentacles is working on stuff, getting stuff done, throwing things down. It's really going to be advantageous for you in March, and that's kind of where you want to be at this point. You want to get some things done. You want to catch up on some tasks. You definitely want to sort of get in that mode where things are functioning, things are working, things are being there. Because the Six of Swords says March is a little longer than you had expected, absolutely, but you are looking at productivity, getting a lot of things accomplished with that. But the new stuff just seems to be pulled back. Just seems to be pulled back a little bit. All right, we got another PayPal over here with High Priestess. Well, V Dart, I think High Priestess posted their question in chat, which makes it easy for me. All right, well, V Dart, let me start on a new contract. Send me an email. It's the same type of work I did before unemployment, but better pay. Ooh, nice. We're going to get a contract. We're going to get some fat cash on here. Maybe. Let's see what kind of contract we got. This last card needs to be flipped. I'm going to tell you that now. The last card needs to be flipped. So let's turn this one over first. Why did it need to be flipped? Oh, because judgment, the rebirth, the reincarnation did need to be flipped. It was going to be reversed. Now it is not. You are looking basically at a new contract. You're looking at old stuff being reincarnated, being rebirthed, being back into your face like you need it to be. You are. That's just a yes. Just from this one card, we have a yes, and that is the one that needed to be reversed. I remember it needed to be reversed. I just felt an overwhelming need to flip that card, and because it's the last card, you are looking at a conclusion, you are looking at an answer is going to be a yes, because that is a definite thumbs up with that. Now, obviously, let's look at the other cards, but I'm just saying, this is pretty exciting with this. You're looking at the rebirth, the reincarnation is there. It is going to be positive. And that does point to, hey, stuff I did before, here we go. Stuff that I need to do, here we go. Let's get the rest of it done. The devil card is reversed. I like this devil card being reversed. I really do. I think the devil is there. A lot of the stuff that you did before has been cleaned up. A lot of this new contract has some better stuff than what you had encountered before. Because before, you do have some bad things. I think all those things have been sort of resolved and done through with that. Man, as far as the High Priestess, it almost looks like both of these are upright, but I mean, hey, you do have the two pillars having nothing on them, so I assume that's the reverse side. There's not a lot of learning. There's not a lot of things you need to pick up for the new thing. In other words, you're going to go in, you're just going to be rocking it. You're going to be like, sure, I know that. Sure, I know that. And sure, I know that. I think that's going to be very important, right? Because the more stuff they don't have to mess with, the more stuff they don't have to train you with, the better off they know they're going to be, and the better, more likely they are in order to get you sort of hired. Basically, I think that's it. That is it right there. The star. Ultimately, you're not going to stick there. You're just not. But I do think that you get some leads. You get a little leads there, right? You get some leads, and you are able to use those to hop into something else after this ends. Overall, this is a yes with a lot of good stuff hanging on top of that. I like it. I like it a lot. I think that was a pretty good read with that. Now we do, I think that's it for PayPal. We do have Oceanic Chap as well, but we have to get some Insta's done first. We're going to start with Nakona. Will everything go okay with work this weekend? Oh, no, you got to work this weekend. That ain't no good. That ain't no good at all. That is not no good at all, man. Let's find out what is going to happen with that. Man, I mean, you're supposed to relax on the weekend. By the way, I got Joanna Nelson's new deck in the mail today, just now. I'm going to open it and unbox it tomorrow morning, first thing. By the way, this is the Mons Tarot, but her new one is the Cosmo Beings Tarot. And I backed it, and I have it. And we are going to flip that thing out, open it up, and see what kind of beautiful art we got in there, because I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, this thing has a life of its own. As far as the tarot community goes, this thing has a life of its own. All right. Work this weekend, going to go well. I mean, I think you got everything that you need to make it happen. I don't see anything really happening. The Page of Swords is you definitely don't want to be there, which is always true. You just don't want to be there. You got the Five of Swords, the Lord of Defeat. It feels like that nobody else is there, or the people that are there, or the people that you don't like. It feels like you're sort of defeated, kind of coming in, and all of this other stuff. It feels like not a lot of things are happening that you kind of like, but that is the way it goes. I think it's going to be okay. Page of Swords says, watch out with your communication. There is a little bit of misunderstanding in sort of that realm, in sort of there. Overall, the High Priestess says you learn something in work. You learn something that sort of, as you're doing it, that is kind of fun. I think it sort of brings some other good stuff there, but there you go. I think overall it's going to be okay. It's not going to be a problem. Chelsea, enjoy your ban. It was good to see you. It was great to see you, Chelsea. Have a nice day. All right. What else we got going on? Nakona, am I on the right path with a new career idea? That's what I'm talking about. Nakona, you need that new career path. You need something new. You need a breath of fresh air up in there. That's what I'm saying. You need a breath of fresh air. All right. And I think ideas be coming. I think you should pursue this. Now, the Pentacles says there is something here. Hanged Monster and the Four of Pentacles. All right. There's some investment involved to get it done. Okay, I think the idea itself has merit. Let's go ahead with a thumbs up for that. The idea itself has some merit. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You are looking at a ride. You are looking at carrying something to its result, carrying something to its end. And I think that ride, what you're carrying, is going to be this idea, and it does function, and it does work, and it does work. Are you on the right path, though? No. I think you need to tweak it a little bit. Hanged Monster says there's a disconnect between the idea that was originally thought up and the final idea. In other words, you got to fiddle with it some. Don Ron, Gemini, thank you for your generous donation. I appreciate you. All right. I'm just saying, there's a disconnect here between the original idea and your final idea. You need to hone it a little bit. You need to whittle it down, filter it down into its essence, and then go from there. You do have some construction to do on this idea. Overall, there is a level of investment, too, that needs to be done. So make sure that the idea is finalized and looks good and is concluded before you go forth with it, right? Don't do this tarot here where you have to have 3 versions of it, one of which is thicker and then the other one. You know what I'm saying? Don't do like this tarot here. Did right the first time. I think that's the biggest factor here. But yes, I do think this idea has merit with a little bit of tweaking. I like it. All right, Lonnie, how does a Gemini feel about us this week? Lonnie, you never know about that Gemini. You never know about that Gemini. Let's find out with a Divine, maybe. Let's do mine. We'll go to the Tarot Tower, and we're going to get my tarot deck, the Waterfall Tarot. The Waterfall Tarot is here. This is my deck, by the way. I'm just saying, I have it for $19. Link in the description. You can get this big, thick-ass deck with all of these pretty pictures for $19. That's cheaper than Amazon at this point. That's why I have so many people ordering this thing. I have like 14 orders this week. this weekend. It was like weekend and Monday and Tuesday or something. I had 14 orders. Anyway, thank you all for all your support with that. If you don't have it yet, I'm just saying it's cheaper than all the Amazon decks, and I will ship it to you personally. I'll sign your deck. I will sign it, and I will ship it to you personally. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. All right, Gemini. How's the Gemini feeling about that? I mean, that's pretty decent. That's interesting how we have these two combos right up against each other. Look at that. Look at that. You've been working on the Gemini. You've been sort of worried about this, but the Gemini has been back there working on it as well. I like it. I think there is a connection here. Look at that. We have it connected. It's almost like that I made these cards for each other. By the way, I did. If you've read my book, you know why. Anyway, it is connected. You are connected with a Gemini. This is something where you're having a good time and they are sort of off there doing their own thing. It feels like that at this point, right? It just feels like that. It feels like they're off doing their own thing. They're distracted. You have the little groundhog down here. If you haven't seen it, this is from Caddyshack, by the way. That was the inspiration. Caddyshack, I'm all right. Anyway, so he's looking down at the groundhog, because the groundhog is digging up his pentacles. And he's like, dude, don't do that. You're making big holes. I'm trying to be working here. And he's kind of upset with the groundhog. So, I'm just saying. So the Caddyshack groundhog is indeed there, and that's kind of what you have to dealing with now. He is distracted. They are distracted, and they're in that mode where they just don't want to deal with some stuff, right? They just don't want to deal with things. They're sort of distracted, and they're not really paying attention to this. So that's kind of their feeling overall. I think you're still connected. I think they're still connected. We have nice 2 cards coming in here. You're looking at them taking some action moderately soon, right? You have some action card here with the Knight of Swords, and you have the 3 of Cups, a celebration or some things happening here where you do feel a little bit better, or things are just going better, things are going well. It feels like things are just vibing a little bit, vibing a little bit in that. Don Ron, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm just saying, the groundhog, I might send you a groundhog with it, not a live one. Well, no, that'd be kind of weird. No, anyway, Don Ron, yeah, thank you for your support. Anyway, but Lonnie, still connected. Gemini's a little bit distracted. They're doing the Gemini thing over there. Yeah, they'll take a move. They'll make a move moderately quick. I think they'll make a move moderately quick with this, sort of get back in the groove with all of this other stuff. Anyway, now Oceany Chap's question is up in here. Oceany Chap, thank you for your generous donation over PayPal. I appreciate that. All right, will I get a new position this spring? It's okay if I don't. I still love my job, but hey, everybody likes a new position is what I'm saying. Everybody likes a new position. Everybody likes the new stuff. Yeah. When the internet was first born, that shows how old I am. Well, actually not. I mean, it's like the freaking 90s. Anyway, when the internet was like first born, and you had, let me make sure this is okay. And you had basically like the front door application, and you'd like have download files, and you'd unzip them, and then you'd run a DOS utility file and stuff like that. I'm just saying, back in those days, I had a big bulletin board, as they call it. So we had a big bulletin board where they had discussions and all this other stuff. I mean, I feel old, but I know I'm not old. I feel old because, like, the internet's not really that old, I gotta say. But I mean, anybody born now, like, couldn't imagine living without it. But I'm just saying, it ain't that old. Web pages and everything. We're using DOS utilities, and I was on CompuServe. I remember CompuServe forums and all this other stuff. And then we had bulletin board systems, BBS, that you'd log into with your modem and stuff. Anyway, them's was the old days. But now everything is, C /dir. That's what I'm talking about. C:\dir. You had to do all those commands. I did have a reputation back then. I wrote software, and I wrote some big major utilities for like DOS command utilities back in the day. Anyway, I made probably like 30K. Back in the 90s, I made like 30K. Back when 30K was something. I made 30K on the side from shareware, because people buying my stuff, because I made a lot of unique utilities. I wrote them in C++. So see, that was back in the day, my friends. Anyway, I got to come back to the present because Oceanic Chap's waiting. Oceanic Chap's waiting about this new position. It's in the spring. Love my job, but I wouldn't mind getting something else. I really think so. Well, let me back that up a little bit. Let me see backslash that a little bit, Q-Link 300 baud modem. 300 baud modems were so bad, man. I remember I had a 300 baud modem. And I immediately got a 1200 baud because they fixed that. But then you had to have a special phone line to get the 2400 baud. Okay, Oceanic Chap. Bottom line, yes. Other bottom line, it doesn't pay as much. Okay, it's kind of what you see here, right? Oceanic Chap, you can kind of see the whole story unfolding before your eyes. As you wait for your reading, yeah, I know. I'm reminiscing. The Chariot, Oceanic Chap, you're talking about movement. You're talking about getting stuff done. You're talking about leaping in, moving in. Chariot says you are moving in that direction. And the world says the possibilities are open for this new job. This is something that you want to get. This is something that's kind of cool. It's something where we have a lot of interesting people, a lot of cool people that we meet. You really, really like it. But the Five of Pentacles is not a 10 of Pentacles. It's not a 6 of Pentacles. It's not a 10 of Cups. It's not a lot of things that you really kind of wanted. It's not even an 8 of Pentacles. Why did they have to do it? It has to be a 5. It looks like something's up with the pay. Just not making as much, or it feels like we're starting maybe at the ground floor or some BS with this. It feels like it's just not the money wise. It's just not where you want to be at the end of the day, which is kind of a shame because it is kind of exciting to have that new job, to have that new opportunity and whatnot. It just feels like that is not something that's going to pay as well as we had hoped. Clumsy, I thank you for your donation. But yeah, the 5 Pentacles into the 9 of Wands. I think you take it anyway. This is something where you really, really enjoy it. I think that's the big thing. That is the big thing. You know what I mean? Throwback Windows 95. Well, funny story, Windows 95 is actually built on top of DOS. So it's actually DOS dependent. So you did have many instances of Windows 95 where you had to drop to the command line, which obviously you don't have to do. I think they fixed that in NT. I think the NT kernel, which was used for, I think, 98 and up, the NT kernel did not rely upon basically a DOS command line type stuff, but you still could use a lot of the stuff going in Windows 95. Windows 3.1 was kind of that way. Windows 95 was still dependent. I think NT kernel was the first one. Anyway, I'm really dorking out now and everybody's leaving. So let's stop with all of that and let's continue on with the Wonder World Tarot over here. Wonder World Tarot is it. Does M love me? Does M want to make passionate love in the back seat? Maybe.
Music to make love to.
Let's see the Wonder World Tarot and find out what is going on with M. Hopefully M does. Page of Coins, 8 of Cups, and the Knight of Coins. Oh, man, this is somebody that has some feelings for you. I mean, we just got to back up here. They have some feelings for you, absolutely. 8 of Cups, though, it feels like they just don't have the same passion that they did before. They just don't have the same enthusiasm that they did before. You're kind of sort of backing up a little bit with it. 8 of Cups, that level of disappointment. It feels like that either you've given up, they've given up. Something happened with this sort of this crossover here. Page of Coins, it says as far as the love goes, as far as the stability goes, it is going to be kind of rough getting that to be rock solid stable. The Knight of Coins, this is something that needs to build over time. It's something that needs to happen and sort of be there and sort of be in that motion, right? Sort of taking one by one, step by step until we get to something that's going to be a little bit more reliable. They do have feelings. It feels like a lot of people have given up in this interaction, but hey, if you want to go forward step by step from a page into a night, I think that is quite possible. It's just going to be a little bit of work and it's going to be a little bit of time as we go through that, at least in my opinion. Meet a new guy, possible physical appearance. All right, let's get a physical appearance of some random dude. That's what we need. JL, welcome to the stream, by the way. If you're new to the stream, by the way, oh my God, is that Don Ron? Is that Don Ron? Are Are you in VA? Or do you Don Ron? All right, I think maybe that's Don Ron. There you go, Don Ron. I will ship that like right now, in fact. Well, not literally right now, but after the stream, I will ship that. Thank you very much. All right. New guy, physical appearances. I think you might be new. I don't know, maybe a lurker. I don't know what's going on. I mean, if you're a lurker, if you're new, or if you're old hat at this stream, please hit that like and sub. It lets YouTube know that I don't suck. And I'm just saying, and if YouTube thinks I don't suck, that's always a good thing in my mind. Dakota, thank you for your other donation. All right, physical appearances. What are we going to do with this Nine of Cups? This is somebody who just smiles a lot. They're having a good time. They are just having a good time. I think that is it. Don Ron, if you need to change your address, message me. Message me on Etsy. I'll ship wherever. B. Bowman, what is going on? Good to see you. All right. Anyway, all right, cool. But yeah, that Nine of Cups, this is somebody who's happy. This is somebody who is content with life. And they seem to be very comfortable with what they're doing, how they're doing it, and sort of how they're approaching things at this time. So I think this is very encouraging with that. Rebirth, reincarnation. They just got out of another relationship. I'm going to have to tell you now. They just got out of another relationship. So I don't know how you feel about that, but this is something where you got to kind of deal with some of the leftovers of what they had in their previous thing. So a little bit of a leftover situation, but overall that's going to be okay. That is going to be okay indeed. Ace of Swords. Oh man, physical appearances. This is a very sharp person, like sharp corners. If you know what I'm saying, it's almost like a tight person with like tight skin, sort of a thin, like well built, but very, very sort of, not very loose. You know what I'm saying? Not very loose. In other words, they have a very strictness to their motion. They have a very planned sort of thing going on. It feels like they're just very a tight person overall. You know what I'm saying? Where it just looks like somebody's skin is sort of stretched out a little bit too much, maybe. Anyway, they just try to have that look. They have that look with that. Anyway, there's your new guy. There's your new guy indeed. Okay. All right. Let's see what is going on. Linda. Matthew flew solo today for the first time. General for Matthew. When you mean flew solo, you mean like pilot license flew solo? Or is that what you're talking about? Let me know. Let me know, Linda. You talking about a pilot license? If you are, well, then I might use a different deck. Let's go. Well, let's go. I mean, you are looking at something for someone that's younger. Dab King, thank you for your donation. We are going to go indeed with the little prince flying solo, going alone, making it happen. And we'll find out with that. Airplane, there you go. So we'll use this deck. It does have a lot of airplane references in it. Let's find out. That is exciting indeed. Well, congratulations on the first solo flight. B. Bowman, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see, Matthew, congratulations. I did do some private pilot stuff myself, so that is pretty exciting to fly solo. It's kind of nerve-wracking, I gotta say. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I don't know. Did they fly a 52? Did they fly a Cessna 52 or a 70? Was it 172, 152? Which one did they take? Anyway, I was kind of fat when I did mine, so I had to do a 172 because I outweighed 152. 152 is also a pain in the butt because that plane barely goes faster than a car. So you're up in the air, you're going, and you look down, there's cars like passing you. So that, the 152, I never was a fan. I pay the extra money. I'd rent a 172. I was fat, so I had to do it anyway, but I didn't mind. See, look, 172. Linda, I'm telling you, Matthew has the first class pick right there. Get that 172 going. All right. Anyway, there you go, 172. Okay, we got a 172. We did a solo route. Normally when you fly solo, by the way, they'll make you get cookies or something at the destination airport. So you got to land, you got to get some proof that you landed at the destination airport, and then you fly back. I think it's kind of I don't know, maybe it's a pilot thing. I don't know. Anyway, but I had to get cookies for my first solo thing. So, I brought back 3 cookies. Anyway, the star says they are guided with this. I think that is their next step, is going to be the private pilot license. It is going to be the very not so fun test. They do have some other qualifications. They do have some more book work. They also have some stuff going on, but the star says indeed they are on that pathway to getting into the bright unknown, getting into the fun stuff here. Ace of Pentacles says the price on everything is about to go up. You want a general read? You're looking at a prices going up, not only on fuel, but on a little bit of everything. The Ace of Pentacles, because in the old days, they talked about it being $100 hamburger, right? So you'd rent a plane, you'd fly somewhere, you'd grab a hamburger and you'd fly back, the $100 hamburger. Now it's like the $200 hamburger. So that wasn't that long ago, man. That wasn't that long ago with a $100 hamburger. And now it's a $200 hamburger. Ace of Pentacles says the prices are indeed going to go up. Seven of Wands. It says that their skill with this is going to come in handy because they are going to be on vacation and they are going to want to rent a plane where they end up. They're going to want to rent a plane where they end up because you can rent a plane while you're in Paris, while you're in Rome, while you're in some of these other cities, while you're in like another city in the U.S. visiting, taking a vacation. You can rent a plane and fly around. I mean, you can do that, right? Because a lot of people will be like, hey, you want a plane tour of the Grand Canyon? Well, then you're going to have to pay this much money. But reality is, if you have a license, you can just go take the tour yourself and rent something. Seven of Wands says that. Also, all right, big prediction here, Linda. Big prediction. Queen of Swords. I think they need to try out helicopter. I'm being honest with you. They need to try out helicopter. It's hella fun. It is adrenaline. It is like a crack addiction, and it is very, very expensive. But need to try it out because you can get like a test flight or a fun flight on a helicopter for I think like $90 or whatever. You can go in and get it done and see if they like it or not. I think that is their destiny because they may want to get instrument rating. I assume that's where they're headed, right? Instrument rating after this. I would double check on a helicopter too. Helicopter too. That is my reading. Do I fly? Yes, I do fly. I know you're probably. Everybody's like, what don't you do at this point? And the answer is I've done everything. So, there it is. Helicopter's hella fun. It is very, 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 very difficult. And it is outrageously expensive. But it is fun. All right. Mom's coming back from the nursing home on March 11th. What can I expect when she returns home? That is exciting. That is very good. That's good that mom's coming on home. Let's find out what's a good mom coming home deck. Like mom's coming home. Superlunaris? I like Superlunaris. We're going to get that done. Superlunaris, I love it. I love it. There you go. The Superlunaris Tarot. You can't really read that, but people be asking what these decks are. So, drums. No, I never did drums. I did the drum, not the drum kit. I played guitar for a while and, what else did I do? Yeah, that's about it. No, you get guitar. Yeah, guitar and piano. Those are my only two vices with the music realm. Never did drums because, I was annoying enough as a person, as a child. I didn't want to add drums to it, is what I'm saying. I'm annoying enough. I don't want to add drums to that. Anyway, mom's coming back. High Priestess, this is a good return. This is something that's exciting. This is something that is going to be fantastic. High Priestess said when mom comes back, it is going to be a celebration. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Samantha, welcome back. But the High Priestess says there is a lot of good things happening here. Page of Swords. Oh, and the seven. There is some work to be done to take care of mom. I think you already got that down. The seven, right? There is some work to be done. There are some things that need to be handled with mom, things that need to be done sort of on a daily basis, things need to be taken care of with this. So it's just going to be, something that needs done in order to handle this. Page of Swords. I don't know. this, I don't know, dark mansion if possible. Sorry, I messed that up. I apologize, I messed that up. Anyway, the Page of Swords. This is something else. There's something else going on here. There's something else going on here that maybe I don't understand, or something else is happening. Samantha, let me know. Repeat your question from yesterday. I'll get it done. Sorry about that. But yesterday was wild, Samantha. Sorry. But yeah, the Page of Swords. There's something else going on. There's a communication that you haven't gotten yet. There's a situation that's going on that you haven't learned yet. There's something that's not quite complete here. The Page of Swords says you need to get the information. You need to get things going on with that. King of Pentacles says overall, it is, it is a sort of, there's an extra cost here involved that you that you are also not seeing. There's an extra cost involved here that you're not encountering quite yet. Anyway, at least that is what the tarot says with that. Sorry about the deck mess up. Don Ron, you missed yesterday. I had a donation every 50 seconds for the entire stream. I think I'm still recovering from that one. I think there's something I'm recovering from that one still. Anyway, Starlight, Star Bright, rest of the week vibe tonight. Well, good news, Star Bright. There's only 2 days left. There's only 2 days left. And we're going to do a 2-day left reading. What can happen in 2 days? Well, you do have the weekend too, but 4 days left. Oh man, it drags out. Star Bright, what's going on next week? That's more of the concern. The tails point me straight to next week. There's something else going on next week with this. The Hierophant. The dude's just waving out of here. Somebody coming out of nowhere. Somebody coming in. Somebody like, hey, I need some attention. I need something to be happening. Who wanted to know the cue? Sarah wants to know the cue. The cue's not bad. We only got a couple. We're here. The cue's not bad. We're just doing these. Anyway, but yeah, there's somebody comes out of nowhere. Somebody's watching. Somebody's like lurking or something. Somebody comes out of nowhere and has some information for you. The Hierophant with this. Now the two. This week, you don't understand this. This week, you're very out of it. This week, you're pulled into directions that you weren't prepared to be pulled into. There's something else going on with that. I just don't think this week is the thing. It's next week. Star Bright, it's next week is the one to be concerned about. We're sort of riding along this week. We're waiting for next week. What's the vibe going to be? A buildup. What does this person want? What are they saying? What are they communicating? Star Bright, they're going to visit your dreams either this week or this weekend, and that is going to start something that is going to be a little bit unusual for you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying now, that's going to start something a little bit unusual for you. Clumsy clairvoyance, that could be unusual too. Could I have a general reading? You can indeed have a general reading. Let's find out what's going on in your general life with a little bit of a manga tarot, my friends. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since you've seen this thing hang on the table. Traditional manga, not standard, not boring, not new, not old. Traditional manga tarot up in here. It's what I like. Yeah, start right next week. I like Tuesday. Come back on like Tuesday. I'd be like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, I'll find out. So make a general reading. Let's get that done. Etsy conversation. All right, we got an Etsy conversation. There we go. The shipping address is something else. All right, cool. All right, I have a general reading. Let's do that. Sarah, thank you for your other donation. I greatly appreciate your donations tonight, keeping the stream going. Thank you so much. Son of Wands, Knight of Wands. Right into a wall. You're hitting a brick wall. Why? Clumsy clairvoyance. What are you doing? You're hitting a brick wall. You're hitting a brick wall. Knight of Wands. A lot of fiery things, a lot of aspects, a lot of getting moving. I'm getting motion. I'm getting everything going. Everything is going great. All of a sudden, the Seven of Wands, I have to defend myself. I have to pull back. I have to sort of reevaluate what's happening here. And then you have to start over. Clumsy clairvoyance. You hit a brick wall and you're being thrown backwards and you're going to have to start over. That's your reading. That's your reading. That's your general. Why are you hitting a brick wall? What is happening over there? What is going full steam? What are you getting started on that you're all excited about? What are you getting sort of running and moving and all this other stuff? It's just not going to work. It's just like, whoa, I have to completely back up from this. That Seven of Wands, that's what it feels like. That's your reading. That is the general. Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess the advice coming out of this, the Knight of Wands. Don't go full steam. Approach it a little bit better. Approach it a little bit slower and find out why we're going to hit that brick wall instead of hitting it at full speed. At least get the approach and sort of look at what's going on and evaluate what's coming up ahead before you sort of put on the full gas. As far as that goes, at least that's what we're going with. Nakona will be able to start a new career in April. Nakona, I hope so. I'd love to see you in a new career. Nakona, don't you live like right next to me? You live in Dallas, right? You live in Dallas. You're up here in the Dallas area. New career. I like that. The Sun, Jesus, Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. I think you have opportunities. I think you have a fresh opportunity, a fresh, nice, good-looking opportunity waiting out there. So yes, you do have something waiting. You do have something that is going to be there for you. The Sun is a new career. The Sun is a bright future. The Sun is, I need some shades. Everything is looking so fantastic and beautiful and bright. And the Two of Pentacles right next to it. Now I have choices. Finally, I have an understanding that I have some choices. I have some places to go. I have some things I can be doing. Very important to sort of get that in. But the Eight of Swords is not everything is as open as it should be. I mean, there are some things that look open. This seems like a decent. Then you try to get it and you just dead end with that. But you definitely have some restrictions. You have some restrictions going on with that. Nakona, Palm Beach, Florida. Who lived me? Was that who lived near me? Somebody. I think it was, it's not you, Nakona. It was somebody else. Was it High Priestess? I think it's High Priestess. Maybe. I think it's High Priestess, maybe. I don't know. Somebody lived in Dallas. I remember that. Anyway, so there you go. You do have opportunities. Absolutely, you can. Deb King, what kind of career fields should I look into? Ooh, that is interesting indeed. I like that. I love these kind of questions. You got like the endless possibilities to that. I still, Samantha. Oh, it's you. Okay. All right, Samantha. All right, Samantha, we got it. We got it made up here in Dallas. That's what I'm talking about. We got a lot of people from Dallas. Yeah, Dallas, Arlington. There you go. Yeah, I used to live in Arlington. I was by Parks Mall. And then I lived in Mansfield for a while, and then I moved into the Dallas area. But yeah, man, I sold that Mansfield house for a lot. I think I made like $100K off that house. That was insane. That was when Mansfield was nobody. And that was before anybody was there. And then it like exploded. Everybody was like, hey, sell me your house. I'm like, ooh, $100K? I'd love to sell you my house. Clumsy. Thank you very much for your other donation. All right. Career fields. Helping others is going to be something that you need to do. Absolutely. It needs to be something where you're satisfied at the end of the day. All right. You're absolutely satisfied at the end of the day. You are running into situations where you're kind of like, I really don't want to wake up and go to work. I'm at that point where I'm not excited about it. I'm not thrilled about it. I got a 10 of Wands. It feels like I'm too much of it. You got too much drama. You got too many things going on. You definitely want something where it's going to be smooth and you're going to enjoy going there. You're going to enjoy being there as well. And that's why I said helping people. And the reason I say that is because of the King of Cups. The King of Cups is sort of an emotional connection with others, right? And you have that emotional connection. You're opening up. You're seeing things. You're talking to people. You're interacting with people that you haven't before. King of Cups is sort of in that mode, right? That could be either sales. That could be sort of counseling. It could be helping others, assisting others with that. The King of Cups is that is going to be something to look into, something to examine. I think your biggest problem is the world. And I say that because you're good at a lot of things. You're not like good at one thing. Like I'm good at a lot of things too. And that made my career choice difficult. But I ended up in application development because I just love doing it, right? So I think that's where you're at. You're good at a lot of different things. You have an opportunity for a lot of different things. And I think that works against you a lot of times because you're like, I could probably do that. I could probably do IT. I could probably do this. I could probably do that. The reason I say helping others and getting the emotional connection here is because I think some of these career paths, some of these things that are open for you are not quite something that you are going to be enjoying at the end of the day. And you are going to be like, I need to change career kind of thing. So I think you should be looking at something that brings you enjoyment, brings you emotional satisfaction, brings something like application development was mine. You know, I could have picked a lot of different things. I picked that because I just love doing it. And I think that's where you're at. That is where you were at. The world says you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things. Definitely find something that's going to be emotionally satisfying. That's going to be where you love going into work. You can't wait to get there and make that your career. Because the Ace of Pentacles says you don't really want to start over. You don't want to retrain. You don't want to take another degree. You don't want to take another certification. You want to make it right the first time. So I would do that. I would definitely do what is passionate for you and go into something where you do have an emotional connection and you are very passionate about it. Speaking of passion, B. Bowman wants to see some passion from that Capricorn. One more time. Let's find out if the Capricorn's going to come around and be a B. Bowman pleaser. Let's find out. Man, we'll do this one tonight. This is a tarot oracle deck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go. Triple Moon Goddess. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you. Let's find out. Gonna see the Capricorn? Uno mas. Man, let's see. B. Bowman, you looking forward to seeing that Capricorn again? Let's see what's going on, if they're going to be around, you know? I mean, we could have a judgment card, rebirth or reincarnation could be here. We could. Oh, that is nice. You know, I really think so. I joked. B. Bowman, I joked. I says the rebirth, the reincarnation, the judgment card may be here, and there it is. There it is indeed. I mean, B. Bowman, this is a clean read. You got a beautiful read tonight. Look at you. You're all fancy up in here. You got a beautiful read. All right, man. I mean, just talking about this. I was saying the judgment, there it is. The rebirth, the reincarnation does point to seeing somebody again, getting another opportunity, getting somebody in that line where it is going to be an opportunity that you can get into. That window of opportunity opens again. Definitely does. The King of Swords, it does say they come in pretty clean. I think this is something where they're very open, very communicative, and all of that, right? They are all of that. So, I mean, hey, there you go. You know, the 4, the Emperor. This is somebody that needs to take command of the situation, though. They need to stop just going back and forth. They need to make a decision. They need to settle down and just come back, right? And just come back strong. And I think that is what they need to do to make an impact. I think they're coming around. See, I joked about that card, and there it was. I'm telling you, you'll unblock his number. Wait a minute, you got his number blocked, and you wonder if they come around. Well, they're not going to come around if you got their number blocked. I mean, they'll probably find a way around it. I mean, is there anybody that like got a blocked number that can't figure a way around it? I mean, like really? I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna be coming back. No pun intended. All right, Sarah, how's April gonna be? You mentioned a few times about April. Now that's what I'm talking about. Sarah listens. There we go. By the way, we're ending soon. We got Clumsy Clairvoyant over here with that appreciation thing. We got Samantha. We owe Samantha a read. And we got Triple Moon Goddess gonna polish it out tonight. Gonna finish it off tonight. Triple Moon Goddess coming in with the finale, the big finale going on. I say. Anyway, how's April gonna be? Jesus, Sarah, I told you. I mean, I'm just saying. I told you April was coming, and April is coming with a bang, Sarah. You got the towers, your first freaking card. What is the hell's going on over here? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. B. Bowman, they may watch the stream. You don't know. I mean, they may watch the stream. The Tower card, straight up, Sarah, straight up. You're in for an April transition. You're in for something that definitely rocks your world, that grabs you and gets your attention, that pulls your hair in ways that you may not want it pulled. I mean, there's definitely something going on with that. I am just saying. Starting out with this. Now, the Tower card opens up some emotional opportunities that you just haven't seen before. You just haven't seen, that just haven't been there before. It is straight up going to open doors that have never been opened before. I think a couple of them are going to be a little bit of a Pandora's box where you can't close it. You can't close it, but that's going to be something you got to deal with. That 7 says there are new opportunities, new doors open. I think you're going to want a little bit of everything, quite frankly. Sarah, this is something where you're going to want a little bit of what's that song? A little bit of so-and-so in my life, a little bit of so-and-so in my life, a little bit of so-and-so on the side. I'm just saying there's some work to do over here. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, all right. Coming down, the big situation is after this work, after these opportunities, after all of these doors open up, you definitely have to make a decision. This isn't something where you can have a party the entire month. A decision must be made, and it must be made pronto. Well, not pronto. I would enjoy myself and then sort of ride it out a little bit. All right, Samantha has a reading. We owe Samantha a reading. We do. Where is Samantha? Right there. That's what I'm saying. A question from yesterday. Will Alyssa reach out? I'm just saying. I am just saying, Alyssa, will they reach out? Because you're not planning on doing squat. And I think that's wise of you, quite frankly. I think that's very wise of you. Now, we're going to use the Dark Mansion Tarot now, because we need to find out about Alyssa. Mambo number 5, that's it. I mean, Sarah, you could be in that. Go listen to that song. You could be in that situation. I don't know. Let's see. Reach out to me. I don't plan on speaking out to her. I don't blame you. You gave up at that point. Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. That does look like so. Samantha, that looks pretty clean. I'm going to go with the thumbs up. No, we're going to go with the love balloons, in fact. All right. I don't think you're ready for the love balloons, quite frankly. Probably should have done the thumbs up, but hey, I'm going to throw them out there anyway, Samantha. That's the way I do. Ace of Wands, Samantha, you know what this is. You've been around so long. You know that Ace of Wands. That is the new opportunity. That is the new thing where we are getting a little bit of that fiery aspect. We are getting some of that fire going. Ace of Wands is that new opportunity, that new connection, that reaching out is there because you saw the next card. You saw the next card with that Knight of Cups. That romance coming in there, riding in with that emotional thing, crossing that stream that may not want to be crossed, and then that Queen of Wands is sort of sitting there needing to sort of resolve something or fix something or deal with something. So I'm going with a yes. For that. And I'm just saying, Power of the P, thank you for your donation, but we're ending soon. I will get your reading tomorrow. Thank you so much, Power of the P. I greatly appreciate that. Will it be a big baller in 2025? Sudden wealth? Are you talking about sudden wealth? Are you talking about just like a big jackpot? Is that what's going on? Don Ron says Ace of Wands, a booty. That could be indeed. I don't know. What is that? Donkey Donk or what? I don't know. What is that? I don't know. I've been watching too much internet. All right, are we going to be doing that? Don Ron, I'm sorry. See, Don Ron's upset right now. Don Ron, I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Don Ron. I apologized already. I thought I gave you a good read anyway. I won you money before. You got to give me some slack. I won you money before. You got to give me a little bit of slack on this. All right. Power of the P, thank you for your double donation for tomorrow. I appreciate you. All right. Big baller. Am I going to get it done? Am I going to get the excitement out there? Am I going to get this moving with all of the excitement that we need? You know, Page of Pentacles says big baller is a slow roll. It really is. It really is with this, right? You do have a Page of Pentacles. I'm getting a little more money. I am gradually approaching this. I am getting this. I think it's about focusing on the present, right? What's the best time? What's the best time to start a new business 5 years ago? What's the best time to start a new business 5 years ago? What's the second best time to start a new business last year, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? So I have so it is time to focus on what's going to make us the money, what's going to make us the big baller in 2025. I mean, you are looking at, okay, that's a few years away. You can still do it. I mean, we do have 3 years to go. But what can we do in 3 years? What are our goals in 3 years? What are we going to get going, right? Because we have, and for example, I know my girlfriend's daughter wants to learn digital painting. And so I gave her digital painting tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get her, because I told her, when you're 21, you're going to be like, hey, I really need some passive income here, and you could have passive income if you do some of this digital painting. So you can't start at 21. You got to start now and have everything then. And this is something, right? Temperance. This is something to dip your foot into the water, to get some new things, to get some things rolling, to make some plans, to get everything flowing and get that water moving now. Get the Page of Pentacles, get the money building up now in order to get that running. Because the Page of Wands says passive income is definitely something you can do. It's a matter of figuring out how you're going to do it, what you're good at, where you're going to focus, and that is going to be the big factor here. Knight of Cups overall says it is about the passion. People are attracted to passion, and the more you have, I think the more people want to see what the world's going on over there, and I think it's quite possible indeed to get that action up and to get it going. So you can be big baller. It's a matter of training. It's a matter of getting it done. It's a matter of finding those goals and making maps and making everything the way that you need it to get sort of settled for that 3-year thing. Digital coin, there you go. All right, and that is it from me. I appreciate y'all being here. We will see you tomorrow.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh,